Greetings, Gulliver Miller Drive family. Each year, I look forward with much excitement to the Miller Drive Award ceremony. On one level, it signals that the year is coming to the point when we see the culmination of all the hard work done by teachers and students together, with struggles endured, learning goals accomplished, and wide-ranging student successes throughout the program. On another level, the ceremony at Miller Drive also taps into the ideas of community and connection embedded in the mission of the school to create an academic community devoted to educational excellence with a personal touch that fulfills each student's potential. As always, we owe great thanks to our faculty at the Miller Drive campus, who truly take our mission to heart. They have worked tirelessly to create opportunities and to provide support to our students, especially during this last quarter when school has been so very different. Colleagues, thank you so much for all you do. Unfortunately, the current pandemic has taken much away from us this year, including the times we usually have to be together as a whole division of Miller Drive students, faculty, families, and friends. That said, the situation has also offered us the chance to think of our current world in new ways, and not being physically together does not mean we are any less of a community, nor does it mean we are any less proud of the accomplishments we celebrate tonight. For me, apparently, absence actually does make the heart grow fonder, as physical distance has made me appreciate our entire school community even more. I am very proud to join our Miller Drive family tonight and acknowledge that all our students have worked hard and achieved many successes this year, and I am thrilled to share in the celebration of our award winners tonight. Congratulations to each of you, and without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Phillips, who will present the Award for Excellence in 11th grade literature.
Thank you, Mr. Steele. Greatness is a result of one's pursuit of excellence. Over the course of the year, the pursuit of excellence has been evident in the many facets of this student's life here at Gulliver. She has shown extraordinary initiative, independence, and resourcefulness in class. She speaks with self-assurance and is incredibly goal-oriented. With all that being said, I hope that in the future, this young woman continues to pursue excellence with the same fervor as she has done this year. Congratulations, Katya Gelbstein-Arata. And I will now introduce Ms. Ewing, who will present the award for excellence in 12th grade literature.
Thank you. Since the beginning of the school year, this award recipient has never stopped learning, growing, or challenging himself to be his best. He took every day as an opportunity to learn from his teachers, his peers, and his setbacks. As he pushed himself, he inspired his classmates to require more of themselves too. His growth mindset and leadership will help him succeed in all of his future endeavors. Congratulations, Rodrigo de Boyne. I will now introduce Mrs. Biscombe, who will present the awards for excellence in Algebra 1 and for excellence in Algebra 2.
Thank you. This year's awards winner eagerly awaits at my door during break, ready and driven to learn. He is accommodating, appreciative, and constantly working at a higher level on a daily basis. The first word that describes this award recipient is inquisitive. His independent and higher order questioning bridge our current lessons with concepts that he will explore in future mathematics courses. He enthusiastically researches concepts taught in class when I suggest he view videos by making connections. After observing him writing Pascal's triangle on the whiteboard, expanding our lesson on number patterns, and finding meaning to the direct relationship to the binomial theorem, I quickly realized Joaquin Schroth-Mayer would be this year's Algebra 1 recipient. The Excellence in Algebra 2 Award recipient demonstrates an impeccable work ethic, dedicated to her academics. She continues to set the bar high with respect to my expectations and individual expectations. She is considerate, insightful, and continuously working at a higher level on a daily basis in order to master the material and think critically. She has applied and mastered learning strategies this year that are foundational in her upcoming math courses. I made my decision after seeing her real-world parabola project applied to her own world of weightlifting. Congratulations, Alyssa Jensen. I will now introduce Ms. Fry, who will present the remaining mathematics awards.
Thank you, Ms. Biscom. This year, college algebra has been a very interesting new class brought to us. And even though I have been in education for over 20 years, there's always one student that manages to surprise me with their hidden skills and mathematical talents. When it comes to this year's award winner, I can honestly say his performance and ability consistently impressed me as he made it all look so easy. His presence in the classroom is mild-mannered and unassuming. He does not draw attention to himself as the class superstar, but often outperforms his college algebra classmates. His humility and caring attitude are infectious, and he's the epitome of courtesy and respect. He is the first to own up to his shortcomings and the first to offer help to anyone struggling. I would like to congratulate Juan Velasquez for leading by example in such a way that others will want to follow in your footsteps. Now for our topics of pre-calculus. As a lover of mathematics, it has always amazed me how the world of pre-calculus can scare even the most confident student. This year's award winner has taken many challenges tossed their way, in and out of the classroom, with perseverance and an excellent attitude. Little did I know when our paths first crossed that eventually not only would I be instructing them in the classroom on the intricacies of trigonometry and probability, but I would be able to parlay that over to the instructional lessons at the bowling alley. As I used statistics and probability to help her find a way as a new member of the Gulliver varsity bowling team. It did not matter whether I was teaching the law of sines or cosines or the geometry behind trying to hit a 7-10 split in the second frame. She met the challenge with a smile and determination. Congratulations, Megan Schaffner. You are a rising star not only in the classroom, but in the bowling alley as well.
There's an old Russian proverb that states, trust but verify. This year's Marine Science Award winner does just that in the classroom. In a world where information is at one's fingertips, this mantra is as important as ever. There were many times during the year where I presented a fact or tidbit and watched this young man fact check me in real time. I'm so proud of this year's Marine Science Award winner and his search for the truth. Congratulations, Max Hershkowitz. I will now introduce Ms. Rodolante, who will present the award for excellence in environmental science and physics.
Thank you, Frank. If everyone were to take their time and think deeply and carefully about their work and possible consequences of being too hasty, as this award recipient does, our planet Earth would be headed for a much brighter future. Keep it up, Ricardo. My next award for physics, this award winner knows the journey is more important than the end. She always pays attention, participates, and asks good questions in class, despite not always receiving the highest scores. Her effort has slowly paid off as she ends the year with an A. Thank you for your energy, Juana Davin. I will now introduce Mrs. Cerisi, who will present the award for excellence in chemistry.
Thank you, Ms. Rodolante. The student I have chosen to showcase as having put forth excellent in chemistry this year has truly battled to see every outstanding grade that they earned. This student, like many students of chemistry, did not initially succeed in this course. In fact, it was after an early failure that they decided to reach out to me asking how to get the grades that they wanted. I encouraged this student to spend 1 day a week in tutorials, and after that, they rarely missed a day. I quickly realized that every suggestion I had given for improvement was heard, and almost every single one put into practice. For being perseverant, dedicated, and having followed through all year, congratulations, Marco Zapata. I will now introduce Mr. Rosenthal, who will present the award for excellence in world history.
Throughout the year, this individual has shown their willingness to challenge themselves, their unique creative style, and their ability to help their fellow classmates when in need. It has been a pleasure to see this individual grow into the student that they have become. They are truly deserving of this award. It is my pleasure to give this year's Excellence in World History Award to Ivana Ugalde Godinez. I will now introduce Ms. Thaler, who will present the award for excellence in U.S. history.
Thank you. I knew early on that this student would receive the award for American history. Whether it be a lesson, task, or Zoom activity, I can always count on him to be the first to volunteer to participate. In the spirit of cooperation, he confidently announces to the class, "I'll do it, Ms. Thaler," because he understands that without risk, there is no reward. Thank you, Nick Blackburn, for being a true leader and showing your classmates how it's done. Congratulations. I will now introduce Ms. Cruz Gonzalez, who will present the awards for excellence in government and economics.
Thank you, Ms. Thaler. This year's winner for the United States Government Award is an incredibly dedicated student and a role model to his peers. He is steadfast and spirited, the first in his seat, ready to learn. He always participates and engages fully. He is the heart of our school, sincerely taking the time to check in with everyone every day. A great student and yet so much more. Thank you and congratulations to Andre Soledad Bayou. Thank you for making class so bright. The winner of this year's Economics Award is honorable, conscientious, and reliable. He is committed to achieve, making use of available resources, and regularly staying late working in the student union. He took pride in his work, making the effort to understand. He demonstrated patience, resiliency, and modesty, both in the classroom and out. His work ethic and maturity made him a standout in the Gulliver community. Congratulations to Amin Hassan. I will now introduce Mrs. Calderin, who will present the award for excellence in Spanish.
Thank you. The recipient of this award has shown enthusiasm and curiosity towards the Spanish language. He is not afraid of making mistakes or taking risks in the class. It has been very satisfying to see him experiment with the language in a proficiency-based environment. I am delighted to present the Spanish Excellence Award to Rohan Key. I will now introduce Mrs. Aldivar, who will present the award for excellence in literatura en español.
This year's award recipient is a diligent and dependable student. She may not always be the most outspoken and opinionated contributor to the class discussions, but when called upon, she consistently has insightful and compelling observations to express about the literary works we read in class. She continually produces high-quality compositions and essays and always tries her hardest to provide her best work. I always have high expectations of her, and she certainly never disappoints. Congratulations, Jimena Gasulla Izquierdo. The following students are recognized for outstanding academic achievement in 2 subject areas. I will now introduce Mrs. Sinatra, who will present our first Recognized Scholar Award.
Thank you. Ms. Martin says, the recipient of the Geometry Award stands out from all the students I've ever taught, not just because he has strong mathematical abilities, but because he's curious, detailed, consistent, and most importantly, committed to learning. He understands that learning is a journey where perseverance and attitude make all the difference. Similarly, this student stood out as the winner of the award in literature and composition by not only having the highest average in the 9th grade, but by reaching every day to be his best self, to work because it's rewarding, to learn because it's fulfilling, and to excel because it feels so good. It's been a pleasure to accompany him on his amazing journey this year. Congratulations, Henry Fahn. I will now introduce Mr. Cruz to present the next Recognized Scholar Award.
Thank you, Ms. Sinatra. Señora Saldivar dice que este alumno en su clase de español es un gran ejemplo para los demás estudiantes. Quizás no siempre termine primero, pero definitivamente termina como el mejor. Mr. Cruz says that this geometry student is definitely a Renaissance man. Intelligent, knowledgeable, artistic, physical, social, and cool. Thank you for being a man for all seasons and for all the right reasons. Congratulations y felicidades, Sebi Fernandez. I will now introduce Ms. Cerisi, who will present our next Recognized Scholar Award.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz. On behalf of Mrs. Zaldivar and myself, it is my pleasure to present the next Recognized Scholar Award. The winner of this award is one of the rare students who makes it easy to give them an A. Not only are they timely and hardworking, but also an absolute joy to work with. Every day after school, I knew that I could look forward to spending tutorials together. We would either study, work ahead of the rest of the class per request, or just talk about how to create the perfect work-life balance. And I'm not sure that either of us ever came to a decent conclusion on the last one. Mrs. Zaldivar says that this student is incredibly applied and engaged in the classroom. They can always count on this student to guide classmates through an activity because of their maturity and dedication to schoolwork. And I couldn't agree more. Congratulations, Allegra Simon. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Jennings, who will present our Recognized Scholar Award.
Thank you, Ms. Cerisi. I am happy to present the excellence in both Dr. Gruber's biology class and my American literature class for this year. In biology class, she has shown a fantastic level of determination to truly understand significant ideas in biology. Often in her work, she has gone beyond what was expected to include much finer details. In American literature, she has keenly explored the deeper meaning in literature we studied this year and has articulated insightful analysis when she writes. She is an inspiration to us all. Thank you, Sophia Toledo. Now please welcome Dr. Gruber, who will present the first of our Distinguished Scholar Awards.
The following students are recognized for outstanding academic achievement in 3 subject areas. They are our Distinguished Scholars. The recipient of this Distinguished Scholar Award is an extraordinary student who has shown so much interest and dedication towards the Spanish class since the first day. He has been the best role model any language teacher could ask for. For this person, understanding biology is not just enough. All year long, this person has asked questions that push for a deeper understanding. I have also enjoyed this student keeping me on my academic toes. If I made a mistake on a test or quiz, this scholar did not just accept the mistake, but pushed for the correct answer. This student has also maintained a perfect average in term 4 of English 9, and no less than a 97% average all year long, by being 100% responsible, 100% present, and 100% involved in his own learning experience. He's been a pleasure to work with because he advocates for himself and values every minute in class. Congratulations, Alexander Prado de Mayo Silva. I will now introduce Ms. Zaldivar, who will present the next Distinguished Scholar Award.
Thank you. Mrs. Ewing, Mrs. Rodolante, and myself all agree that this year's award recipient loves a challenge because she knows she will learn more from a setback than from an immediate success. Her curiosity and her desire to be better pushed her to be persistent in achieving her goals. And as a good student, she reflects on the process, for she understands the process of learning is more important than the end product. This student is incredibly self-motivated and always strives to be her best as a person and as a student. This kind, hardworking, and pragmatic student is capable of so much, and we are all very excited to see her embark on this next chapter in her life. Congratulations, Melissa Hernandez. I will now introduce Mrs. McEachran, who will present the first of our Citizenship Awards.
The award winner is the student who is admired for her impressive effort and will to succeed. She's an astute student who demonstrates excellence in all of her classes. Not only is she passionate about her learning, but she cares about the well-being of others and is always up for a challenge. This student is full of life and great conversation. I'm proud to present the 9th grade Citizenship Award to Sofia Bru. I will now introduce Mrs. Campbell, who will present the next Citizenship Awards.
Thank you. A good citizen is respectful, helpful, considerate, and willing to put others first. I know I can always count on this young man to be a role model for others with his words and actions. He leads by example and spreads positivity wherever he goes. It is with great joy I present the 10th grade Citizenship Award to Landon Biscombe. Respectful of others, compassionate, responsible, honest, and kind, to name a few. This year's winner embodies all of these characteristics of a good citizen and so much more. New to Gulliver, she instantly adapted and connected with her peers and teachers. She always has a smile on her face or a kind word to brighten your day. It is my pleasure to present the 11th grade Citizenship Award to Luisa Quijano Estrada. The impact this young man made as a senior was remarkable. He joined Gulliver Schools and instantly made a lifelong impression on both his peers and teachers, actually the entire school. He exudes kindness, compassion, respect, and has the ability to turn a bad day into a good one. I'm very grateful he came into my life and forever changed the Gulliver School community. I am extremely proud to present the 12th grade Citizenship Award to Terrell Torrance. I will now introduce Mr. Hart Hidalgo, who will present the Academic Excellence Awards.
The following students are receiving recognition as the top students in each grade by GPA and will receive the Academic Achievement Award in Excellence for their respective grade. We celebrate and recognize their work ethic, resilience, and commitment to academic excellence. For 9th grade, Henry Pham. For 10th grade, Sofia Toledo. For 11th grade, Esther Huang. For 12th grade, Melissa Hernandez. I will now introduce Mrs. Selleck, who will present the Excellence in Service Award.
It is my honor to present the Excellence in Service Award to this year's deserving recipient. Throughout their 4 years at Gulliver, they have earned nearly 700 hours in community service, giving back to both our immediate and larger communities. Here at Gulliver, they have helped shape culture through leadership in student government, advisory, Link Crew, and Raiderfest. In the broader community, they participate in mini Canes camps, Special Olympics, and Live Like Bella. Celebrated tonight for many academic achievements, this student sets an example of how we can accomplish not only for ourselves, but also for others. Congratulations and thank you to Megan Schaffner. I will now introduce Mrs. Campbell, who will present the Star Award winner.
Thank you. The Independent Schools of South Florida Award is given annually to the student who is a role model for other students to follow and has excelled in academics, citizenship, activities, effort, dedication, attitude, and service. This year's recipient has done exactly that. It is my pleasure to present the Star Award to Katia Gelbstein Arata. I will now introduce Mrs. McEachran, who will present the Shining Star Award winner.
This award is incredibly meaningful because the award winner has contributed to the Gulliver community in so many thoughtful and outstanding ways. Throughout his high school career, this student has excelled in every realm of his education. His academics are stellar, he's involved in multiple extracurricular activities, and he is a member of the varsity track and cross-country team where he puts his entire heart into running. His tenacity is recognized by everyone who comes into contact with him because his love for people, school, and thirst for knowledge are immeasurable. He, in return, is loved by all, and his achievements and accomplishments are often celebrated. I can't accentuate enough the consistency, kindness, and determination this student's character is made up of. I'm so lucky to have known this student for the last 4 years. Congratulations, Andre Soler Bayou. You're a shining star in all of our eyes. I will now introduce Ms. Sullivan, who will present the Leadership Award winners.
Thank you, Ms. McEachran. I'm honored to present this year's Leadership Award winners to two deserving students. The first recipient is humble and sincere. He leads by example. He's a driving force, but does it in a subtle and behind-the-scenes way. He earned the respect of those around him by simply being him. His quiet way of leading is immeasurable and noted by all of the faculty. As a respected member of the varsity football team, he has been a team player for years. His athletic nature has exposed him to what it takes to work hard and produce maximum results, both on and off the field. He is unrelenting to be his best, which is apparent in his dedication to not only football, but his academics. He will continue his talents next year at the Naval Academy. This recipient is destined for success and will be a positive influence to those around him. It is my honor to present this year's Leadership Award to Amin Hassan. Congratulations, Amin. The second recipient is an activist, a believer, and a doer. She's a student that's committed and takes her academic life very seriously. For the last 4 years, she has taken advantage of everything Gulliver has to offer. She has excelled in her classes while balancing clubs and community service at the same time. This student is sought out to participate in activities. She is known to be personable, reliable, and can be trusted to complete tasks in a timely manner. She's a Link Crew member, a senior mentor for advisory, and she serves as an ambassador for Gulliver Schools, volunteering for various events. Lastly, but not really, she's the president of the student body of the Mill Drive campus. I am confident that this student will make a resounding mark at the University of Miami next year. It is my honor to present the second Leadership Award to Ms. Megan Schaffner. Congratulations, Megan. I want to congratulate all of tonight's award winners. Your dedication to academics and commitment to success has been demonstrated in your day-to-day efforts throughout this past year. This is a bit surreal. If you told me 2 months ago I would be doing the closing remarks for one of my favorite events of the year, honoring our outstanding students, at home, alone, staring at myself in the computer, my mind would never have been able to grasp it. But here we are, almost 8 weeks into remote learning, and I think it's safe to say we all think a little differently now. While COVID-19 has had a devastating impact on people's lives, there are many things that hold close to our hearts. Communities coming together, people donating anything they can to help others, caravans of cars celebrating survivors, parades led by law enforcement honoring our healthcare workers, our heroes, complete strangers helping each other in any way possible. And then, right here in our own backyards, families out playing in the street, having dinner together, and learning to navigate the landscape of the new normal together. We may not exactly know what lies ahead of us, but what we do know is what we learned about our community, our students, faculty, and families. We learned our students are resilient and will continue to succeed despite challenging circumstances. We learned our teachers and systems are adaptable and were able to successfully transition an entire way of learning in just 2 days. We learned that parents are committed and continue to show their unwavering support through all of our efforts. And we learned we are a united community. In light of all this, we come together tonight, even if virtual, to celebrate our students. I want to take just a few moments to talk about this year's senior class. Amongst our seniors, we have actresses, engineers, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, philanthropists, musicians, to say the least. They've worked hard to achieve their goals and have been accepted to universities such as American, UConn, Loyola Marymount University, Rice, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, and St. Lawrence University, to name a few. Seniors, please know we're so proud of you. Although this is not what we planned, we're excited for you to end this chapter and start your new journey. Congratulations, seniors. Thank you to all my teachers. It is your passion and love for learning that makes Gulliver's Miller Drive such a unique place. Thank you to my fellow administration for your continuous support. And thank you to our parents for trusting us and allowing us to make a difference. Students, this is yet another stepping stone to resilience, another level of commitment, and another chance for self-reflection. Many of us will hopefully roam the halls of Gulliver next year and think back to this time, a time of quarantine, when we all did our part by staying home. Things may be a little different. Some of us will think differently about the feeling of togetherness. Some of us will think differently about the world. And some of us will be different from our own personal experience. Whatever it is you feel, we want you to feel proud. Proud of what you've accomplished in the last 8 weeks, proud of what you've accomplished this year, and proud of the path in front of you. Finally, this is the time of year when I'm usually looking out at our auditorium to see the many smiling faces of our students and faculty, the very people who make the work we do worth it. Well, I can't see you now, but know I'm looking out and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. You've heard me say it and I'll say it again. Hard work pays off. Sending you a huge hug, or maybe that's a foot pump. Congratulations and good night. Thank you.